beat making with native Instruments Analog Dreams, and a drum kit. Today I want to talk about some of the things people say in the comments, you know, why I make this beat. You can hear it in the background. Stay to the end. This is the beat that we're making right now. You know, I'll talk about some things that I like, don't like, while we work on MPC3 and this native Instruments Analog Dreams beat making. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today I got my Akai MPC Live 2. We got the MPC3 standalone software 3.4. Native Instruments Analog Dreams from their Play series. I got a progression load up. You can see it. I'm tapping the tempo right now. And we're going to make a beat. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You know, so let's hop right to it. So right now I'm gonna record this in. Got 4-bar loop going, 96.15. Leave the 1.5. Remember that. I understand a lot of the kickback from changing the 2.15. I felt the way with the changes in tracks and how they operate and things like that. Right now I'm loading up a drum kit. I'm just gonna go grab some drums from my 15 gigabytes of expansions. You can get that from down below, Stimmy Pat O.T.G. That's where you can get this. You know what I mean? So I feel like once I start to get into it, there's only two things that really bothered me, and part of it was the trap mutes. They added the trap mutes back. You know, some of the things, I don't really like making all my drums on one track, but, you know, I just came to terms with utilizing drum mutes or pad mutes for the drums, and that kind of helps me out. That was my particular workflow, you know what I mean? Like, I don't utilize, I'm recording this in, I don't really utilize like 3-4 time signatures and all this other stuff. So, you know, for me, I'm not going to be adamantly talking about it or screaming for it or any of that stuff, because I don't utilize that, right? I don't utilize the software, you know, other than installing expansions. I don't utilize the software at all. Like, I've always used the MPC standalone. I come from the older machines of the MPCs. And so limitations and all those things, I think, help breeds creativity, and I like the sound. You know, I know all the guys, I've heard all the commentary, but, you know, I'm kind of that type of person. I don't really care what you're talking about, really. You know what I mean? That's really it. So, you know, you could hate something. If I like it, I don't really care what you're talking about. You could dislike something and have a million reasons. If I don't feel the same, I just don't feel the same. And so, you know, if I didn't wake up or want to be persuaded differently, I'm not really caring or looking to be persuaded differently. So, you know, certain conversations and different things that people have, I just don't engage in, because there's nothing you're going to say that's going to make me have that problem if it's not a problem that I have. And, you know, if the way that I produce music doesn't run me into those problems, then I'm going to say that it doesn't give me a problem, because it doesn't. So the way that I feel about MPC3, and you can see the way that I do my videos, once the beat starts going, we never stop. I load plugins in like I'm doing now. I put a lot of plugins in the memory. You know, right now we're loading up the stage piano. We have Analog Dreams. I use a lot of automation, and it doesn't really hang up on me. I don't really know about loading beats up a second time, because kind of when I get done with the beat, I stem it out when I save it. I stem it out, I save the project. I have a specific way that I save all of my beats. So, you know, coming from back in the days where you use hardware and it might corrupt when you save it, it might do something like that, you know what I mean? I always just take the bounce it down way, you know? So I don't really have issues because I don't ever really go back and load old beats up. I finish whatever I'm working on when I'm working on it, you know, and then I output it so that way I could, if I want to use something else in the computer, I could take it to a better DAW and use that. I'll use Ableton, something like that, you know what I mean? So I don't really have an issue with it doing that. I had an issue with it when it transferred beats from 2.1 5.1, but that's because the beats aren't broken. I've said that before. They're not broken, just the way that they handle tracks are differently. So if you tracked out your drums yourself and your sequence, when you import it, it's not going to import the way that you wanted it, and so you might lose all your automation and all those things. You know, I could understand how that could be problematic for some guys, but all I did is just leave one of my MPCs on 2.15. So I know if you don't have two MPCs, that's an issue. You know, if you're a type person who utilizes the software and utilizes opening up your old projects, then I would also recommend just staying on 2.15. Like, you don't have to upgrade. You know, there's always that option to just not do it and stay where you're at. It's more than capable where it's at, and if your workflow requires to work a certain way, then why upgrade? The option's still there. Don't break your workflow just because everybody else is trying to adapt theirs. If you don't want to adapt yours, don't. As you can see right now, I'm loading my third plugin, and I'm still using MPC3 in the way that I do. You know, so the small adaptations that I had to make to my workflow, it actually added a lot to my workflow. So one of the things I hated about the Live 2 was, in order to get to the track edit screen, I had to either put it on the sounds menu or I had to press a shift key. To a lot of people that doesn't matter, but one thing you guys know if you've watched my videos, that's problematic to me. That's one of the things that I really liked about the MPC1, because I call that the most important screen on the MPC. So just the addition of putting that on the main screen makes it a lot easier. You know, I always work from that window. So right now when I hit this little arrow to open up Jura or Mellotron or whatever I'm about to open up, you know what I mean? Once we go and open that up, that normally, see right here, hit that arrow, that normally was a shift menu. And I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore. That's a plus. I like that. It makes my workflow efficient again and puts it back on speed with the MPC1, which I like. You know, and then I have it to the side too, so I have it on the side menu as well. I like that. I don't really use the arrange screen, but I do like recording my outside gear right into the beat. I like that a lot. I like that a lot better than 2.15, having to go to the sequence or to the sampler screen and record it in that way. I like being able to do it this way. That matters to me, you know what I mean? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to support this channel, check out my store down below. I'm still building it, still adding things and doing things. Everything comes with lifetime updates. But yeah, you know, I see all kinds of people saying they have issues and different things going on. Like, you know, one of the things I would say is make sure that you're in good Wi-Fi when you install it. Update your preferences. You know, go through your screens and make sure you set everything, your pads and your sensitivity and all that stuff. You know, make sure it installs. You have an issue, it's hanging up, it's slow to start over, install it again. You know what I mean? Like, take the time, make sure it's installed, because if it's not supposed to do something, assume that they send it out not supposed to do that. Don't automatically go out looking for issues. A lot of times, if I have an issue with my MPC, right now, we're about to track this out. It's retard. But if I have an issue with my MPC, the most that I'm going to do is try to reinstall it and fix it myself, get it back to the last time it's working. You know, I think I've had maybe 2 issues the whole time. I've had the 3.4, the 3.0 betas. I've had 2 times that it shut down and 1 time that I ran out of memory and I couldn't do anything. But all the times that I use it, I don't have no issues. You know what I mean? When I'm not on Wi-Fi or I'm not looking for anything, I turn the Wi-Fi off so I don't have to keep going through authorizing or activating plugins or none of that stuff. You know what I mean? You just gotta think about it like that. Now, if you're having issues and having some problems with it, I feel for you, but I don't really have those issues, man. It works pretty good. You guys see it. I don't have any issues. You don't see me going back or having to stop or having weird glitches or any issues like that. We make it straight through. How long have we been going? 13 minutes and we're arranging. Yeah, so right now we're on our way to the pad mutes. You know, a lot of my final thoughts is don't let other people's problem become your problem. I know that we all watch the same YouTube and we're on here, and so it might be easy to see people saying they have these issues, they have that issue, and inside of you it activates the activist who wants to go out and try to fix it or get those problems fixed for people. And I understand that, but also make sure you're doing for yourself. Make sure that you got your workflow down and it's not user error, it's not something you're doing wrong. 1, and 2, put the time in and the practice in. So if you do get the opportunity to say something and you do get to have the opportunity to get something right, it's something that's important to you. And you know the workflow in and out, and you got your methodology down, but this specifically, if they could fix that, they could do this. It's the same way for you guys on software. Like, if you really want them to listen to you about the software, then learn this joint thoroughly through the hardware. so then you can truly say everything that you're missing or would like in the software other than VST3 and your own VSTs, when they're clearly partnering with companies to bring you VSTs. You get what I'm saying? Like, that would be my advice, you know what I mean? And if you're one of the guys who have some issues with other things, I feel for you. But for the rest of you guys, man, get on here, make some beats, try it out, implement your workflow. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's working. And if it's not working, you can always go back to 2.15.1. It was cracking too. You get it? But wait. Hold on. I think we got another one, guys. Another one. O.T.G.